Hello fellow gardeners and welcome back to Smart Garden. Today we're settling a debate that's been buzzing through gardening communities and social media feeds, rice flour versus cornmeal as garden amendments. You've probably seen the claims, watched the videos, and wondered which of these kitchen staples deserves a place in your garden beds. Let's cut through the hype and get straight to the science that matters for your plants. Both rice flour and cornmeal have earned their stripes in organic gardening circles, but not for the reasons most people initially think. These aren't traditional fertilizers packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Instead, they work by feeding and influencing the underground world of microorganisms that truly run your garden. When you add these fine-ground grains to your soil, you're essentially catering a feast for billions of tiny workers who then pay you back with healthier plants. The key difference lies in which microbial guests show up to the party and what they do once they arrive. Rice flour functions as a broad-spectrum carbon and nitrogen source that energizes your entire soil food web. When incorporated into garden beds, it decomposes relatively quickly compared to other organic amendments, creating an immediate boost in microbial activity. Think of it as setting out a buffet table where every beneficial bacterium, fungus, and microorganism gets an invitation. This widespread microbial feast leads to improved soil structure as these organisms multiply, die, and contribute their bodies to the organic matter content. The beauty of rice flour lies in its democratic approach to soil health. Rather than favoring specific microbes, it supports the entire community. As bacteria and fungi consume the rice flour, they release enzymes that break down other organic materials in your soil, making locked-up nutrients available to plant roots. The increased microbial activity also improves soil aggregation, creating those crumbly, moisture-retentive particles that gardeners dream about. This makes rice flour particularly valuable in newer garden beds, or areas where you're trying to rebuild depleted soil biology. For practical application, rice flour excels when you're preparing beds for leafy greens herbs, or flowers that benefit from consistently active soil biology. Working a thin layer into the top few inches of soil about 2 weeks before planting gives the microbial population time to boom. The rapid breakdown means you'll see improvements in soil texture and plant vigor within a single growing season, though the effects are temporary and require regular reapplication to maintain. Cornmeal takes a more specialized approach to soil improvement. Its primary reputation stems from its ability to encourage populations of trichoderma and similar beneficial fungi that actively compete with or prey upon plant pathogens. When gardeners talk about cornmeal as a fungicide, they're really describing this biological warfare happening in the soil. The high carbohydrate content of cornmeal serves as premium fuel for these beneficial organisms, allowing them to multiply rapidly and dominate the soil environment. This targeted effect makes cornmeal particularly valuable when dealing with persistent fungal diseases, damping off which devastates seedlings, and various root rots caused by Pythium and Fusarium species can be suppressed when beneficial microbes outcompete these pathogens for resources and space. Gardeners incorporate raw cornmeal into seed-starting mixes or sprinkle it around established plants, showing early disease symptoms, hoping to shift the microbial balance in favor of the good guys. Beyond disease suppression, cornmeal influences soil structure differently than rice flour. It breaks down more slowly, providing a longer-lasting food source that sustains beneficial populations over weeks rather than days. In heavy clay soils, the decomposition process creates channels and improves aeration as microbes work through the material. This makes cornmeal an excellent choice for gardeners battling compacted soil alongside disease pressure. The decision between rice flour and cornmeal hinges on your specific garden challenges and goals. If you're establishing new beds, rehabilitating exhausted soil, or simply want to boost overall microbial activity, rice flour delivers quick, reliable results across the board. It's your go-to amendment when soil health is generally good but could use enhancement. Mix it thoroughly into planting areas at a rate of about 1 cup per 10 square feet, and watch your soil life flourish. Cornmeal becomes the better choice when you face recurring fungal disease issues or need to improve problematic heavy soil. Its slower decomposition and targeted microbial support make it ideal for season-long protection strategies. Apply it as a light top, dressing around susceptible plants, or work it into the root zone of established perennials. For seed starting, mixing a tablespoon per gallon of seed starting mix can provide protection against damping off without overwhelming delicate seedlings. However, both amendments come with important caveats. Over-application can create imbalances, attracting pests or creating anaerobic conditions if moisture levels are too high. The results also depend heavily on your existing soil conditions, temperature, and moisture levels. What works brilliantly in warm, moderately moist soil may fail completely in cold, waterlogged conditions. Neither amendment replaces proper soil testing, balanced fertility, or good cultural practices. The truth is, both rice flour and cornmeal have legitimate places in the organic gardener's toolkit, but they're specialized tools rather than universal solutions. Rice flour excels at general soil conditioning and rapid microbial enhancement, while cornmeal shines in disease suppression and structural improvement scenarios. The most successful gardeners often use both strategically, matching the amendment to the specific need rather than treating either as a cure-all. Start by assessing your soil's actual needs through testing and observation. If diseases plague your garden year after year, experiment with cornmeal applications and track results carefully. If your goal is simply healthier, more biologically active soil, rice flour offers a straightforward path forward. Remember, these amendments work best as part of a comprehensive soil health strategy that includes compost, cover crops, and minimal disturbance. Don't forget to subscribe to Smart Garden for more evidence-based gardening strategies that actually work. Share this guide with fellow gardeners who are ready to move beyond myths and embrace the fascinating science happening right under our feet. Your healthiest garden awaits.